Trigger warning. The following content may include sexual content, excessive or gratuitous violence content, Build-A-Bear Workshop content, death and or dying content, naked Mitch McConnell, and doom scrolling. If you are offended by the aforementioned content, please stop listening and go ahead and give a 5-star review anyway. If you are not offended, you are probably a terrible person and have discovered your people. Welcome, new listener.
You're now tuning in, so get ready for your mindless and sometimes mindful hosts, Josh, Jenn, and their very special guest for the morning. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Mindless Morning Show.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Mindless Morning Show. I'm Josh, and I'm here with Jenn.
Hey, guys.
More importantly, we have a special guest here, Jeff Krauss. So, tell us about yourself, man.
How are you? Yeah, my name is Jeff Krauss, and I appreciate you guys having me on today.
Absolutely.
How's everything?
Pretty good, pretty good. Where are you from?
I'm based out of New York. New York City.
How's New York's weather right now? Because ours is hot as hell in Texas.
It's actually pretty nice right now. I mean, you know, we're in the spring, so pretty much. So yeah, no, it's pretty nice. It's like 60s, 70s.
Oh yeah,
which is what I like personally. So
yes,
yeah.
Perfect.
Where are you guys based out of?
I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I mean it'll be like cold in the morning, and then during the day it gets hot as hell. That's what is so crazy to me. And then at night you're like, oh, turn the heater on again. It's
the
wild.
Heater? Nah.
Not heater maybe per se, but definitely colder.
I live in Florida. I don't need the heater ever. All year.
What part of Florida are you in?
The god-awful Orlando, like the heart and center of everything, and like no real good Florida natives. Most people are tourists or people that are like retired and moved here, so it's crazy.
Old people.
Yeah, I'm an orange product, born and raised. I love this. So
Well, I mean, I think Boca is more like where the oldest people live.
Fort Lauderdale too. My grandparents lived in Fort Lauderdale.
yeah, oh, of course by the beaches. That's definitely where the majority. But yeah, people don't know how to drive around Orlando. It's all touristy. It's every state, couple of countries, different drivers, and it's just they don't blend well. So it's the worst.
Yeah, New York, you guys don't really. Do you have a car?
No, I mean.
Yeah,
for in New York City, no one needs a car.
Right, that's so weird to me. I've literally never used public transportation at all in Dallas. Like, by choice, admittedly, I don't want to go on the DART rail or whatever, but it's so weird to me to not have a car, like control,
Yeah, I made the mistake of renting a car in New York and driving through all 5 boroughs, and I basically swore off that entire state. I never want to go back. So that was the worst thing I could possibly do. But that is what it is.
Yeah. So basically, it's like screw New York. I had a bad experience driving.
I'm done.
Dude, I can't imagine. I can't count how many times I almost died, almost killed somebody else, or like just bystanders were about to die or something, because things are so crazy over there.
Well, that's why people don't own cars. That's why I asked, because even if you had a car, don't you have to pay for a spot or whatever to house your car? Usually because you're living in an apartment setting or whatever.
In New York City, yeah.
Yeah, like a parking spot. Like you're paying monthly or some shit for a parking spot.
Really? I thought that was first come, first serve.
Well, no, I mean, listen, either you pay for a parking spot or you have to drive around and find one, and hopefully, but each street has different hours of when you could park there. So it wasn't meant for, people to park on the street in New York City.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I could tell for sure.
But I guess that's how they make their money, is by ticketing people. So
yeah. Are you born there?
Well, yeah, no, I was born in Long Island, but
okay,
which is right outside the city. But yeah,
I feel like you don't have the accent.
I do, or I do not.
Don't. Or I can't hear it, but I don't have a Texas accent, so.
So what part of Long Island? Because Long Island was like the only area that like was decent. And that I was in the Ronkonkoma area, I think.
Yeah, I grew up in Roslyn and Great Neck area.
Oh, okay.
That's where I grew up, and then moved into the city after college, and just been doing events and working in marketing and hospitality for many years.
I have so many questions about all that because I was reading up on like your business prior, the IE, was it IE production?
Well, I still own IE Group.
IE Group, there you go. But I was wondering, like, is the new thing that you're going to talk to us about, is that like a direct result of COVID, basically, like a new?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
what is it? FanRoom?
Yeah. So tell us about FanRoom Live.
Yeah. So FanRoom Live, I basically what happened was COVID hit. My business partner and I. So I come from events and hospitality. My business partner is a celebrity booking agent. So when COVID hit, we didn't really know what we were going to do because there was you couldn't go out of your house without, being worried about catching COVID, let alone, go anywhere. Everything was closed. So, I basically we just came up with this idea like, hey, what if we just got some, athletes and, some celebrities to come online and do some events. We didn't know what. We just figured, hey, maybe we'll even just do a charity event. We don't know how long this thing's going to last.
Right.
So I basically just called Cedric the entertainer, who's a friend of mine and ours, and he said, hey, listen, we had this idea and, we were thinking about just, doing some virtual events and, raising some money for maybe for charity. What do you think? And he just was like, well, it sounds great, but actually we can make a little bit of a business out of this because there's really, everybody's sitting at home right now and doing nothing. And basically this could be a long-term thing, because once even when COVID is over, people are still going to be doing virtual. They're still going to be online because now they're just used to it.
Right.
They might not do it as much, but they're going to do it.
I keep saying, like, they definitely coined the term a new normal for a reason. Like, there's no going back, to the old ways. There's definitely only moving forward, I feel like, in new ways. But
Yeah.
how many events have you done so far?
Oh, I mean, about 20.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean,
how's it been going for you overall?
No, it's been going great. I mean, listen, we've been doing this basically since July. I mean, we thought of it in like somewhere in April or May. But, we've kind of, it takes a little while to put the pieces together and get people on board and, formulate our systems and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, we've been doing it since July, and it's been going great. I mean, we've had some really awesome people on. We did some events for with George Lopez and D.L. Hughley, Kurt Angle, Jake the Snake Roberts,
Wow.
Whole bunch of people. Morgan Fairchild, Leland Sklar we had on about 2 months ago.
What did we?
Yeah,
He's an awesome dude.
yeah. So no, we've had we've been. By the way, those are just off the top of my head. I mean, we've done tons more. But yeah, no, it's been going great, and we've also, the one thing that we love about it is the moments that kind of happen that are not planned are just amazing. One time we had Jake the Snake Roberts on, and when he logged in, he realized that there was a girl in there who's a paraplegic who he has been visiting since the 80s.
Oh.
And yeah, well, he has no way of seeing her because, he's not flying to see her.
Yeah.
Or at least at that point he wasn't. So this was, their way of being able to connect. He didn't even know she was going to be on.
Amazing.
But, you know, she sees it on social media and she's like, oh, hey, let me go get a ticket. Logs in.
So what
now
do you...
they're able to communicate.
Sorry.
That's super cool.
What, like, do you have a cap then as to, like, how many people can get in? Or is it just kind of open play?
How does the whole
online
platform work?
Yeah, so it really depends on the celebrity or the artist, and how long they're willing to do it for.
Right.
Because what ends up happening is that, and also what type of tickets we're allowing. So, and I'd say this just as an example. One celebrity might say, hey, listen, I'm only there for an hour, and I only want fans coming in that are, you know, going to be meeting me.
Oh.
Other people will say, okay, I'll do it for 2 hours, and you could do a backstage pass. You could do a, you know, a viewing, or not a viewing, but people can join the party even if they don't want to meet me. They can, you know, pay a low ticket just to get in.
A voyeur.
Yeah, whatever. However you want to. Yeah, I just call it an audience member. And then, you know, there's other people that say, yeah, you could do a backstage pass, you know, where they'll actually stay on with the fan after the event is already over, and, you know, have like a more special one-on-one, and they get a, you know, a selfie and copy a recording and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of just depends on the artist and what they're willing to do. But all things, you know, considered, you could fit around 50 people per hour to be able to actually talk to them. And that's, you know, that's really
a lot.
Yeah, that's really cutting it close.
Yeah.
You know, but again, it just depends. Sometimes, I mean, we've had situations where the celebrity comes in, like we had Ice-T and Coco, and Ice-T basically was like, listen, I'm going to take as much time as I want with every fan. So he spent probably about, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes with each one.
Nice.
So, you know, once they're in the moment, it's just, you just never know.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
really
amazing.
Cool,
And like with them, there was no time limit. They were just like, yeah, all, you know,
so,
let's go. Like, no problem.
What are there any plans, like, to do any other type of events aside from just like celebrity meet and greets? Like, do you guys have any like kind of concerts or anything like that lined up?
Yeah, I mean, there are events that we're, you know, in the works of, but you just never know until. See, the thing is too is that with concerts is that it depends, because the artist either A, has to be set up for that, or B, number two, they already have to be doing something, meaning they have to be like, they have to have a show already planned that they're doing, and then it's like, oh, hey, why don't we do FanRoom after? Or why don't we, you know, do FanRoom before, and then the fans can watch.
So it wouldn't be a platform where they actually would play the concert. It would be more something attached to a platform that does that separately?
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is that, so say, for example, an artist is performing on Friday, May 15th, let's just say, and they already know that they're going to be performing at 9 o'clock. We could do the meet and greet before the performance, and then everybody on the meet and greet can watch the performance.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you're not the specific hosting platform that would do the concert, per se. Like, you would maybe partner with another platform that's doing that, or another business that did that?
Yeah, it's more partnering with the artist that's already doing it.
Okay.
Right.
So, but again, it depends. I mean, it's not that we couldn't do it or we won't do it. We just aren't there yet.
Okay.
Yeah. We actually had I planned out having somebody like perform on a Discord like server chat or whatever, and there was major technical difficulties. So
Wait, what happened?
My brother-in-law is like an up-and-coming artist in California. And so I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to like perform your music live? Like we have what is called a Discord server. I don't know if you are on Discord, but so yeah, nothing was connected right. And so it was like every time the music, like his piano played, his like voice cut out and all this stuff. Yeah, and then at the end, everybody's like, hey, by the way, you could just send a Zoom link and we can do it through Zoom. And like everybody was able to hear it. So like after an hour of going through like all this craziness, we fixed it by Zooming it instead. But I can see how on a big scale that would be a lot to deal with, especially when you're selling actual tickets.
And you want the sound to be like crisp.
Yeah.
It takes
actually
quite a bit of equipment and more importantly, strong internet.
Something we actually come to think of it, we actually did have one set up back in the fall with Kevin Little for his birthday. It ended up getting rescheduled, but he was going to actually perform in his backyard with all of his friends there, and it was going to be performance with the meet and greet beforehand and then live performance. So that actually probably will happen this summer.
I think it's such a cool idea because, like, I know me specifically being like a mom, I stay at home, I have 4 kids, like buying a concert ticket is like the last thing that's ever going to happen. But there's obviously people I'd love to see and like even obviously have the chance to meet him off Justin Bieber. But so, but like what y'all are doing is making that actually possible to somebody like me. And then there's people that, are even, more not crippled, but, have to stay home or we just don't have money to fly places and stuff. It's expensive to follow an artist around if they don't come to your specific area.
That's true.
Yeah, the problem is the artist, willing to do it on the cuff.
Yeah.
Right.
They're always to perform. They're always used to getting that guaranteed money.
Yeah, that's very true.
So
like so many miss actually performing live, and I feel like that's like essentially the next best thing. They should just do it. Artists listening, just fucking do it.
Just Zoom us and play us some music. Personally.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, I think it's cool if the sound is good and everything. What are you guys, so price-wise, because people aren't going in person, like when you took that into account, how did you...
Depends how famous they are.
Right. Well, yeah, obviously.
No, you know what though? It depends on, depends on how
yeah,
how famous they are. But no, it also depends on the artist. Like, truthfully, like if it were up to us, we would keep the cost as low as possible to make it affordable.
right.
But it depends on what the artist wants to charge. We suggest the lower numbers, like 25 and 50 and 100 at the max. But sometimes they want to charge more for whichever ticket. So it really just depends.
Yeah.
Kind of like or what I've imagined it being like is like our merch, we're allowed to, or we can like alter the margins, what we're going to get from it based on how much we want to charge for the t-shirt or whatever. So it's probably like that, right? Like they're getting a cut of it, so they're looking at the price overall like that too.
Yeah, I mean, and again, some people do this because they recognize, like, look, Jake the Snake Roberts said this perfectly. He said, you see on television when you watch wrestling now, there's no fans.
Yeah.
Believe me, anybody that is in live performance must really appreciate their fans because they're the ones that buy the merch. They're the ones that buy the tickets to see you. They're the ones that are buying the pay-per-views. So, some people would just do it because they want to give back to their fans and they enjoy it. Like Jake genuinely enjoys it. Other people are kind of like, well, yeah, it's cool, but
I pay my rent.
Give me
I
I mean,
still
I
have
get
a
it.
mortgage to pay or whatever. So it just depends, really.
Yeah.
Depends on the attitude of the celebrity, truly.
What's your most like? Sorry, Josh.
Go ahead.
What's like your most like oh my god, celebrity starstruck person you've worked with?
Well, those are those are two different questions. That I've worked with on the platform, or that I've worked with
Overall, let's say in the history of your event planning situation.
It's a good question. I don't want to use the word starstruck, but meeting Chris Jericho was really, really cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Just because, first of all, he's such a cool guy. Like, he's such a down-to-earth dude. But also not just because of that, but, I was watching him in high school when, so to meet him or work with him, and then, we ended up having a dinner with him and his friends at one of my spots that I work with. So that was really, really cool.
You guys still talk?
That was a personal, like, wow, this is fucking cool kind of thing.
Hell yeah.
As far as like starstruck, as far as like, holy crap, I'm actually working with this person. That's, I don't know. That's kind of
Justin Bieber.
no. I haven't worked with him, but I wouldn't.
Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, she would. I guess would be. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I guess I just never really. I guess I just never really looked at it like that. Like, I guess if you sit back and think about it, like, oh wow, I got to work with Uma Thurman. Like, wow, that's super cool. But yeah, but I never really, or even, Ed Sheeran, but I never really, I guess I just never really looked at it like that.
It's business,
It's business, and it's, it's great, it's fun, but, but I guess I just never really, like, took a step back and was like, oh, wow, I can't believe and part of that also is that I never, I always treat the artist very well, but not to the point where, they think that it's some, yeah. As one person said, he's there, but he's not there, but he's there.
Right.
So that's.
Well, I would imagine that's what makes you good at what you do, is not being like, oh my god, also my daughter and granddaughter and nephews all love you too. You want to sign this? Like, you can't be like,
yeah, no,
like,
I never. Yeah, I never ask for personal favors.
So
ever. Just because once you start doing that, and I've, learned this a long time ago, once you start doing that, it's kind of like, nah, like they don't look at it as like, this is, somebody you want to do business with.
Right. It's like somebody that can get the most out of their like one interaction with you or whatever.
Yeah. That's the one thing I don't do is ask for personal favors. Like, oh, hey, can you sign an autograph for my, my niece or my, my father or anything like that. I don't really get involved. Now, if it was something to the effect of that I was personally friends with a celebrity that I'm, speaking to on a regular basis, and somebody in my family happened to be, let's just say, in the, around when I was hanging out with the person or something to that effect, I would introduce them, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Are you speaking from experience?
What?
Are you speaking from experience?
No, well, no, I'm saying just I'm just saying just in general.
Okay.
I've introduced friends to different different celebrities as long as they knew they knew how to act around them, of course.
Right.
Definitely not Jenn from the Mindless Morning Show.
Yeah, but I'm not. You know, I very rarely ask for, even if they're a close friend of mine. I very rarely ask for, favors like that.
So I know you had mentioned like you had talked to Cedric about it to kind of build this up, but what led you to like what got you into the position? Like what is it that ultimately led you to becoming like an event planner to begin with?
Well, I mean, I've been doing this since college. I mean,
Okay.
I've been throwing parties since I was in college, and got into running marketing and events for different venues. So it kind of just built up over the years. I built up my Rolodex, so to speak, of people to throw parties for different events, whether they be magazines or charity event after parties or whatever the case. And then over the years, I mean, I built up my celebrity end of it, which kind of coincides with everything else. But in answer to your question, yeah, I just kind of started doing it when I was in college, and
Just took off from there.
just took off. I guess it just
Felt natural. That's good. I mean,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I mean, what all goes into planning a party? Because I'm sure, like from college parties to now, it's a lot different. College parties is got girls, kegs, we're good.
well, I didn't throw those kind of parties actually.
Oh,
That's the funniest part.
they were the fancy ones.
No. Meaning like
Sure.
when I started doing this, first of all, when I started doing this, I was underage going into the clubs.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I was throwing parties on campus or anything like that. I went to Ramapo, New Jersey. It's not exactly, I mean, yeah, they have some fraternity parties or whatever, but it's not really the same. Whereas when you're doing it for a living and you're throwing parties for a living in a nightclub or in a restaurant or whatever, it's just a bit different.
Oh, okay.
Maybe similar crowd that was coming, but it was different as far as, we weren't just pulling out kegs and being like, hey,
Yeah.
everybody drink from the keg.
I mean,
Yeah.
try it sometime. Though. Might be like you like advertise it as your like white trash event, white trash party event. Make that like trash can punch.
You know what's funny?
Out of 10.
That would actually in New York, that would actually draw. That's the funniest part.
I have tons of ideas for you, so I can send them to you.
That's the funniest part is that if tomorrow all the clubs reopened and I decided, hey, let's throw a big party called White Trash and put kegs on the bar.
Who can do the longest keg stand?
People would just be like, "Oh, what the hell is this? This looks so cool. I want to go."
Through COVID.
That would be the biggest money maker, because the more alcohol they see, the more they're going to want to drink, and they just keep spending and drinking.
Yep. Yeah. Do you have a rule for yourself when you attend? Like, because you have to obviously maintain your composure. Do you drink at all?
I don't really drink much.
I think you couldn't.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said I would think you couldn't. Like, if you're supposed to be running things, you can't get like trashed out.
No, listen, I can, if I wanted to, I mean, I could drink how much I wanted, but the reason why I don't is more because I don't want to, if I'm trying to like move things forward and be focused the next day, last thing you want to do is get wasted and then have a hangover the next day, and your whole day is gone, and that could be the difference of getting that next event or getting that next thing in motion or whatnot. So that's the reason why I don't do it. It's also healthier not to. I mean, one drink is one thing, like maybe or a glass of champagne or something like that, just to loosen up a little bit, but aside from that, I don't. I really don't drink much.
I actually,
it's so unhealthy now.
I know it is. I don't drink really at all, but I used to work for this guy who is a chef, and we did catering for him. And he was such a drinker, man. This guy would get, and we'd be doing big events, huge events that these people are like auctioning off items for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And he's like wasted, rubbing shoulders with these people and ordering us around and stuff. But eventually it got to the point where like he would lose clients and stuff because he was also kind of like, a male.
Being a douche.
Like, no, he's the kind of guy that was like, would make crude comments to women once he had enough in him, and like,
douche.
well, yeah, douche. Okay,
Yeah,
misogynistic is what I was gonna say, but but it was not a good look, and I was just like, man, you might keep your business around a little longer if you didn't do this, dude.
He's a drunk douche.
Yeah, a drunk douche.
That's how you can categorize it. Exactly. He might be nice when he's not drunk, but when he's drunk, he's a douche.
Yeah, he was the kind that like, he was like, we're all coming in to wash dishes in the morning, and then he has like the hair of the dog sitting on the freaking counter, like we're all supposed to just start it up again. I was like, dude, no, man, like you have a problem. But so yeah, and keeping your business, professional, I think if I were doing that, I wouldn't be drinking either. Not like that.
Yeah, no, listen, as I said, I mean, I might have a drink here or there. Sometimes I do it just to even be social. Right. Because again, part of what I do is keeping, relationships. So sometimes I might have, a drink or two. Yeah. With clients or friends or whatever, just to, keep the party going, so to speak. But as far as me actually like really getting drunk or whatever, no.
Yeah, I can't. I haven't drank in like 3 years, so I'd become the life of the party after like one drink. I'd be like, I am now your entertainment, everyone.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't even tried to have really a drink because I'm scared. 3 years is a long time. I don't want to like make an ass out of myself.
3 years, you might just like, you could even take a Bud Light and you'd be passed out on the couch.
I could do that before the 3 years, so I'm like, I'm really screwed now. I was pregnant for basically like 2.5 years, which is why I haven't drank in a long time. Not because I have a problem or anything like that. Just to clarify.
Yeah, we got to clarify that. So, man, you had mentioned some of the perks being they can get like one-on-one time, selfies. How does a selfie work, though?
I was wondering.
Are they holding like a phone with them on the screen?
No. So
the screenshot, right?
No. What we actually do is very simply, we just basically screenshot it and send to them.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we find the best, clip of them both smiling, and we screenshot it. Or if they say, "Hey, where's my selfie?" then we say, "Hey guys, smile," and there you go. But no, because when you put the phone up to the computer, and it doesn't.
Yeah, the resolution is way different. Have you thought about? Maybe I'm pitching you a business idea. Do they get like recorded sessions with the artists or whatever? Have y'all done that? Like their meet and greet, can they have it recorded?
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying is that if they, we record all of them.
Oh, okay.
And they get it sent to them, like their little.
No. So we record everything, right? But if they're paying for a certain ticket level, depending on the talent, we will give them a copy of their session.
Okay. I'm not a genius.
Or we'll, if they want, we'll give them a copy of the whole thing. But typically we just give them a copy of their session.
Okay.
So yeah, we do that.
That's pretty cool. Are there? I guess it's dependent on the artist. So what has been like the coolest perk done on the on FanRoom?
The coolest perk?
Yeah.
I mean, people, well, first thing is, well, Paul White actually and Jake, they actually have done some like contests where, you know, people can win like a free autograph.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Or, you know, different little things like that. But the biggest perk, really, is actually, from what I've seen, is the recording.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the screenshot and the picture. Only because that's something that you could, you know, they could post it online. They could, you know, they have it. And it's something that lives with them forever.
Yeah.
So, you know, we try not to go into autographs, really, just because it changes the dynamic. Like, it's one thing, you know, like Jake was going to do it. I think he did it for one person or two people, and it had to be during the backstage area. We didn't do it during the regular event. And again, that's, you know, simply because we don't want to change the experience that people have. Because once you start getting into autographs, then it's like, okay, now the celebrity has to, you know, start taking out pictures and you know, it doesn't. It changes the entire energy of the event.
Right. Yeah, I can understand that.
Because our thing is about meaningful conversation.
Yeah.
So
for sure, and I will say that that's one thing I really love about podcasting and being able to talk with all the people, because like it kind of is like my own little. I mean, obviously it is my own little recording session with them and all that. So it's nice, and I definitely like the opportunity. So I think that's really cool for a lot of people to do. But really quick, we're just going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Thank you for staying tuned in to the Mindless Morning Show. We hope you're enjoying another fun-filled episode and would love to hear from you. If you're listening, be sure to follow us and leave a review. If you're on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell to be alerted anytime a new episode drops. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your show.
Hey guys, we're back with Jeff, and we're just about to start talking about upcoming events, I believe, for FanRoom. I'm not correct?
Yeah.
What
yeah,
do you
no,
got coming up?
so yeah, we have some really great ones actually. This coming Saturday, we actually have Xtina from AEW, wrestling star. The following Thursday, which is the 22nd, we have Kenny Arnoff. He's, of course, you know, celebrity drummer from, you know, the Smashing Pumpkins and John Mellencamp and Bon Jovi and God knows how many other, you know, musical legends.
Easily one of the top drummers in the world.
Yeah, he's one of the top drummers of all time. So that's going to be amazing. Then May 2nd, we have Paul White, formerly known as The Big Show from WWE.
So cool.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's going to be really awesome. And then we have some more that are coming up to stay tuned to look out for. And again, we don't have dates for them yet, but Andy Dick is going to be hosting one.
What?
And so is AJ Buckley, you know, from SEAL Team. And there's more of them that are going to be announced. We don't have dates for those yet, but they are coming.
Keeping us
That's
on our
super cool.
toes.
Man, I would say I would help and come on FanRoom Live for you guys and get you guys a bunch of people, but we got our channel here. But we're going to direct them towards FanRoom Live.
Of course.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man.
Also that he knows that I would bring more people, but
I'm definitely interested to check the show out or check any show out more so.
can I just like request like a
He already
Justin
said
Bieber?
he's not working with Justin Bieber. Man.
He didn't say he wouldn't. He said he has not.
I said I haven't yet.
See?
Well,
I was listening.
all right. Well,
Yet meaning just because now he met Jennifer from the Mindless Morning Show, he is gonna. I mean, I'd pay a pretty good amount of money for a ticket. So.
she'd probably pay like $500 just to meet him.
A meet and greet, dude. I love that. Cool. Do you have plans of talking to Justin?
Oh my god. Sorry, Jeff.
Hey, listen, stranger things have happened, so
Maybe we're the ones that bring y'all together, somehow.
Yeah, and listen, I could get off once we get off. I might just email Scooter and say, hey,
See?
send me Justin.
And I'll be like,
Never
I will
know.
do anything you ever want me to do for you to help out with your business for free, forever. See, I just sold my soul to you for that.
There you
Now,
go, man.
do you work with up and coming artists and stuff like that, or are you more focused on the already established genre?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, up and coming artists. If an up and coming artist wanted to jump on FanRoom and they have a following, why not?
What is the requirements essentially that you guys look for, or do you guys have any type of criteria, or is it whoever pays?
Listen, it just depends. Like, if the person has a cachet about them that they can draw people, and we can then, promote them, and people are going to know who they are, then that's, of course, priority number one. But it really depends, because there's a lot of people that I've never heard of. And then you go online, you look at it, you're like, wow, they got 1 million followers, and their last video had 200,000 views.
Right.
I never heard of them, but the new, social media influencer, internet, you just never know.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be a big draw with YouTubers, like popular YouTubers. I'm sure they'll be able to.
Oh yeah, YouTubers would sell very, very well on FanRoom.
Right.
I mean, look,
I think that they would do that though, because they almost see their own platform as that platform. But it's not. No,
They still make more than monetization off YouTube.
No, but it depends, because the one thing that people don't realize is it depends on the mindset of the YouTuber and the artist. Like, are they looking to do things that are going to promote them outside of their own little world?
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it kind of really depends. Like, a smart promoter, so to speak, that's self-promoting would know that the more famous you are, the more money you can essentially make. If you're only limiting it to your own stratosphere, you're only going to make money in your stratosphere.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just depends. The best thing I would say is that, and I see this a lot with celebrities and athletes, and the people that are that have agents that actually make it work for them to do their thing, to do appearances, to do this, to walk this red carpet, to do this charity event. In the end, are the ones that succeed, because they want to get themselves out there, whether they're being paid or they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So it really, and I'm telling you, it really just depends on the mindset of the artist.
Okay.
Like they actually say one of the reasons why John Cena transcended more than anybody is because he put himself everywhere.
He did.
The guy would go wrestle on Monday. He'd be on the Tonight Show on Tuesday. He'd go back and wrestle on Wednesday, do a Make-A-Wish on Thursday.
Yeah.
Ow.
I did see him blow up quite quickly in comparison to most, and I was never honestly really sure, because I almost felt like it was wasn't he in that one movie that just like blew him up, Magic Mike?
No, that's what?
No, he wasn't in. No,
I
he wasn't.
hadn't seen it,
Magic
so
Mike.
I don't know.
Obviously, I haven't either, but I know that too.
I don't remember who the actor. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody.
John
else.
Cena was big way before Magic Mike. I feel like.
Really?
No, he's been. John Cena's been huge for years,
I'm
but
thinking of Jason Tatum.
No, Channing Tatum, dude.
Channing Tatum. One of the.
Wow, third time's the
Tatum's
charm.
Yeah, I'm not really good with celebrity names. If anybody knows me,
I'm honestly not either. If I met them in real life, I'd be like, crap, you're that person from that movie that I also can't remember the name of, but you're awesome. But hey, that might be humbling, right? I don't know their name.
I do know he definitely blew up by becoming a meme, though, especially with his little soundtrack, the little trumpets. Dun, 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 dun.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He had a great gimmick.
Yeah.
He had the rapper gimmick. It came at the right time, also, because
see me.
No, because here's the thing: if Stone Cold and The Rock and Brock Lesnar stuck around,
He would have been overshadowed.
he might have not gotten that break. And what he did was he got the break, he ran with it, crushed it,
Stole it.
and then he took it to a whole different level.
It's what I used to tell my students and what I tell everybody. You're only going to get what you put into it. The more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. So, I mean, yeah, he definitely showed the hustle to be in all these different places daily. So that makes sense.
Yeah, and again, he had to be willing to take that on. I mean, it's not, being the face of a wrestling organization like WWE. I mean, it's more than just like, oh, hey, I want to be the champion and be the face. No, you gotta be willing to travel like every day of your life.
Right.
Yeah. It's also like
That's crazy.
like almost like a soap opera-ish kind of thing. Like you got to play a role and like stick with it too. Like there was a very like spelled out. People were so invested in the whole story, like from the beginning. I remember, and so I mean, it's a production like one I've not seen really. Now it's like reality TV shows and stuff. These people are like physically asserting themselves and acting and like all this shit at the same time. Pretty wild.
Yeah, look, I mean, Kim Kardashian, as an example, and again, I don't know I'm not saying anything as far as I know the whole details, but she would have, at least years ago, I don't know about now, I mean, she'd have, paparazzi, following her. Some of them were photographers that, they were paying because they wanted to get their pictures out in so many places to make sure that she was seen. Yeah. So it was part of a very smart PR move.
Seriously, like probably one of the.
No, because think about it. If you have one photographer, 10 photographers, let's say out of the 50 photographers that were following her, let's say 25 of them were legitimately following her. But if you have another 25 photographers that are following you, that are putting your pictures everywhere, they're flooding the internet with your face, people are going to know who you are.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, man, so how do I get like virtual paparazzi if I don't leave my house? Because like,
on FanRoom, duh. Like, what the hell?
Like, I just like walk into the room like, oh, paparazzi. Oh, let me just like leave out a camera view or something.
We set up cameras all over your house, like hidden cameras.
Oh, that'd be creepy.
A little bit. But I had a question because isn't like Clubhouse came out COVID time, and it's I feel like kind of trying to wrap people's mind around the same ideas. Maybe what y'all are doing.
No, completely different.
Aren't they audio only?
They are audio only, but they do provide a close-up experience with some celebritized people that agree to do certain things on there.
It's Yeah, not really, because I mean, it's first of all, Clubhouse is different. Clubhouse is you have an app, you go in the app, there's all these different rooms, and then in the rooms people are talking, but you're not, unless you're called up to talk,
Right.
which, and even if you are, it's like you're just the voice on the voice. You're not meeting them like face to face, like
Yeah.
like
I keep saying it's like an online trade show, kind of like, where you can choose like different breakouts or whatever to go to and learn about things. That's what it feels like to me. Like Clubhouse does.
Yeah, it's like an online, conference call.
Right. Yeah, I tried to get
Which is
into
great.
it. It's cool. I tried to get into it. I don't know. I choose podcasts and stuff like that, audio wise.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it. I think it's really cool. It's just a different type of setup.
I just imagine like it was maybe one of the many things that are maybe not competition, but kind of along the same lines of what, trying to find a way to get around COVID and still be like
There's
putting
a lot.
information
Listen,
out there.
there's a lot of things. I mean, and Clubhouse is not based on celebrities or really experiences or anything like that. Clubhouse is basically just like, hey, listen, I'm going to start a room. Whoever wants to come in that room and listen to me talk with whoever I choose, and that's great. Again, it's a cool concept. It's interactive. People like it. It's just different.
Yeah,
But it's only on one platform. Which is
that's like try to be exclusive. Try to bring some revival to
only
Crapple.
iPhone users.
Yeah, whatever. No,
To Crapple,
Android,
stop it.
no Android user was hurt in the making of Clubhouse.
I have an Apple.
I think Clubhouse basically got shit on after Discord added that stage channel because that's
Discord does have that.
That's all Clubhouse is, and Discord took that and already had so much more. But FanRoom is completely different, and I really think that is certainly something that is going to blossom. And I really hope like big things for you guys. I want to ask, so do you think this is like something like this to this extent is going to be like the key, the key or the new normal for events and things like this? Like this is the future, and like other event planners and things should do this.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that it's necessarily the new normal that's going to take in-person events away. I think that it's the new normal as far as people finding stuff to do online that they can't necessarily do all the time. So, it's no different than like, oh, hey, is Instagram going to be the new normal than Facebook? People are on Instagram and Facebook all day long.
Right.
They are. They're on their phone. They're on social media all day long, whether they're out in person or they're in their house. So I don't really see this as being, I think it's the new normal for online. Okay. I don't think that it's ever going to go away. And I think that it's just a different, I think it's just a different setup.
I
think about it. If you're an actor or you're a musician and you want to take an hour out of your day or 2 hours out of your day on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon to go, chat with your fans, make some extra money or whatever, you could do that. Now you don't have to fly anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I could honestly see your platform though being a really big and very helpful stepping stone for upcoming artists and things like that to kind of get a feel of how much reach they have, because a lot of people they can have a lot of crazy big numbers, but who they're actually pulling in is up in the air until they can like make something happen of it and actually see. So rather than them going out renting a whole venue, things like that, all this crazy shit, they can go ahead and hop on FanRoom Live and have that platform to utilize it to, it could, I think that could be pretty helpful. And
I think you have a good point too, because I think we know because we have podcasts and stuff. Like, you don't really ever know what your numbers are actually. You can have an episode that has like 3,000, viewers, and then like the next one has 2, and you're like, okay, so who's actually? And then you have 100 subscribers, but only 13 that you have views from every single episode right when it comes out or whatever. So it's hard to, like, for me anyways, it's been hard to decipher like how many people actually listen versus this one got better algorithm hits on TikTok or Facebook or whatever, and so therefore it got this many views. And so like Josh was saying, like if somebody had to actually pay like $5 to listen, you would know they're like actually invested in listening to you or seeing you or whatever,
Absolutely.
So I think, once we get a little more famous, we'll be on FanRoom for you. So,
I'll be waiting.
We'll be mindless on stage for you.
I'll be waiting.
Yeah, I don't even think I would know what to do with like fans. If I seen fans, I'd just be like,
oh no, I'm totally gonna go all out, man. I'm gonna eat it up. You're like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. No, I'm just kidding. I would totally freeze. Have you ever had somebody that kind of freezes with people when they start talking to them? Like a celebrity?
No, not yet.
And they're used to it.
yeah, I feel like
I think they're pretty much.
Have you had an offensive like meet and greet or something that y'all had to like kind of be like, whoa, no, we got to cut this off?
Yeah. Well.
You have good.
We had listen, before anything, we tell all the fans be professional. Like, only ask professional questions.
Right.
We haven't had any issues except for one. One time, a woman was on Jake the Snake Roberts' thing, and she goes, "You know something, Jake? I just came on here to tell you that I wouldn't invite you to my birthday party."
What? What the fuck? Oh, did we go back to kindergarten? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What?
You stole my crayons.
Click. I mean, my back-end producer threw her off within like seconds.
Man, if I were him, I would have been like, cool, you also just paid for a ticket to come tell me that, so thank you. Like,
Oh no, Jake didn't even have a chance to speak because by the time she said that,
she was like off.
She was off.
That's funny.
I feel like some people would be cool, like okay with maybe like comedians and stuff.
I honestly thought that story though was going to go somewhere much different. Like, Jake, how big is your snake? And then like,
oh, that would have been a good one, man. Do you get a lot of women that are trying to like, oh, my 5 minutes of, let me tell you how great I am.
No, we haven't really had those, any kind of issues like that.
Damn it.
Most people that pay are acting fools.
No, listen, they've all been really, really respectful. I mean, again, look, Jake did go on a rant about Vince McMahon, and
Yes, damn it.
That's a whole different story. But the actual fans, they always they've asked. We haven't had any disrespectful, or issues like that.
Is there limitations, like even for the celebrities? Are they able to just like be loud, cuss, or say like obscene shit, or is everything kept PG on the platform?
No, listen, the celebrities can say pretty much whatever they want, to an extent. I mean, they're not. Look, they're not. They're still coming on, even though they might curse a little bit or, say some funny things. Like we had an event with, it was a charity event after party with the LA Dodgers, Chris Taylor from the LA Dodgers, Cedric, Alexander Ludwig, Tashina Arnold, and Tyler Rich. Tyler Rich is, a huge country music star.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all on screen together. They're joking around, and they're making funny comments to each other, like, yeah, what are you doing over there? You drinking whiskey, or oh, you like softcore porn, like just funny things, but nothing. It's more just like haha, but not necessarily with the fans though.
Right.
Okay.
Because you do have to keep. My dad always is telling me to stop saying like fuck and stuff like on the podcast or whatever. Like he counts them because he's like, you're losing a specific audience, and I'm like, but dude, I mean, they wouldn't listen to me if I that's who I am. I can't filter myself. But there is, I know people out there that's a big turnoff. If people cuss a lot or whatever. I don't know.
We don't really listen. I mean, if they curse, I mean, it's not the end of the world. However, if they're talking obscene, then that's a different story. As long as it's professional to an extent, they're not telling somebody something crazy or whatever. But as long as it's normal talk, if they curse a little bit, so be it. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
So like if I come on when Andy Dick is on and I say, Andy Dick, you strike me as the kind of guy who jumps in puddles with socks on. Am I getting the boot?
No.
Right.
He's gonna be so fun. What did you say a date for that one, or you just said that's up and coming?
No date.
No. We haven't set a date for that yet.
Okay, so how do we sign up to get notifications of up and coming events?
Oh yeah. You guys have your website. Is that has this?
Well, we have the website, fanroomlive.com. You could also follow us on Instagram at FanRoomLive.
Done.
We are on Facebook, but really the main places that people can look are, Instagram, Twitter, and the website.
Social media.
Cool.
Sweet, because I'm gonna be eyes glued.
And all those links we'll have in the descriptions for everybody so that our viewers can see. But I definitely want to thank you for the time that you've spent with us, because it's been awesome to talk to you, and I definitely look forward to seeing your platform evolve and more to come. So that's really cool.
Yeah, man. Listen, I appreciate you guys having me on. This was a lot of fun. And I definitely looking forward to coming back on in the near future. And
yes,
for sure,
we will have you back on, and you'll see us in your audience.
Oh yeah,
we'll be like, hey Jeff.
No, listen, I can't wait for that.
That'll be awesome.
We're just here for Jeff, not this.
Yeah,
guy.
We didn't actually want to see the celebrity, but we're supporting Jeff.
So is there anything you'd like to say to our viewers or listeners, upcoming, talent agents, things like that? Anyone?
Any inspiring words or mindless words?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The one thing I would say is, if you want to do something, you could do anything you want. Just never give up and keep moving forward and block out the negativity. Because the one thing that I will say is that the biggest hurdle is really in your mind. It's the noise.
God, that's true.
That's my motto. So
I'm about to make a T-shirt out of that.
I block out the negative and just keep moving.
The wisdom of El Jefe.
Yes. El Jefe.
But on that note,
yeah, seriously.
if you do want to meet some celebrities, you can go fanroomlive.com and buy your tickets.
Awesome.
We will.
Awesome. Well, thanks
so
again,
much.
man, for coming on, and we look forward to the future and seeing what happens. And maybe,
thank you guys. Yeah, I really, really do appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. So
maybe one day you guys will have a promo code called Mindless.
Hey, we can do that.
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
All right.
We'll
be
talk about
talking.
things.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Jeff.
Stay mindless.
Bye, guys.
Mindless.
Thank you for listening to the Mindless Morning Show. We appreciate you picking us out of the many great podcasts out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell to get notified whenever we release a new episode or bonus content. Now go enjoy the rest of your mindless day.